Watch the entire video, my lovely viewers, from start to finish, to get the whole thing. Without wasting much of your time, let's get right into it.
This is DJ Mutati exclusive.
Hi lovely viewers, it's me again, your one and only Mutati Mpundu. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time on my channel, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel by hitting the subscribe button down below. Turn the bell icon to join the notification squad. Don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment. Tell me what you think about this video in the comment section below. I'll be super glad to hear from you lovely viewers.
If our being incarcerated gives pleasure to some people, let it be. Your Excellency, I thought I should mention this to you as a way of introducing you, sir, and inviting you to address the nation. Your Excellency, may I call upon you, sir? Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much. I will speak.
Yes.
Right.
You speak while seated, Your
Thank you so much. I saw he was standing, so I thought that's the norm.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Colleagues from the media, through you, allow me the opportunity to share my current thoughts with fellow Zambians on the current governance situation in the country. But before I proceed further, I know a lot of things are happening, and I wish to express my anxiety over what's been reported to be a tragedy in Chingola. You may have heard that I don't have the facts yet. I don't know whether it's a Kevin or some people may have lost lives, and I think my heart and those of our hearts here who have heard of this tragedy, without getting all the details, know that it's a tragedy, and our hearts go out to the families of those who may have lost lives. But we'll get the details as we go on. You may recall that on Saturday, 28th October 2023, as we gathered to remember and celebrate the life of Zambia's 5th President, Mr. Michael Chilufya Sata, our founding president of the Patriotic Front, I announced my return to active politics. I did this with a very heavy heart because it was never my intention to return to active politics after leaving State House in August 2021. I also prayerfully and solemnly chose to make this announcement on that day when we commemorated President Sata's death for the 9th time, as a way to commit to my strong desire and determination to ensure that the PF outlives Mr. Sata and indeed all of us. This was from the backdrop of the machinations by those in government to systematically steal, kill, and destroy the PF in order to secure their continued stay in power. These machinations became more manifest a few days leading to the October 28th, when we saw those in power desperately and disgracefully attempting to stage a coup in PF using their stooges. This was on a sacred day of independence, October 24th, when the state superintended over not only an illegitimate gathering, but also an illegal one. And this action alone threatened peace and stability of both the party and the nation at large. This illegality has been endorsed by the police against their lawful mandate of keeping law and order, followed by the hopeless attempts by the National Assembly to give effect to the illegality. The assault on our democracy is becoming much more vivid when the victim, who in this case is the Patriotic Front Party, is being treated as a villain, and the state-sponsored sect is being accorded the protection of the law, which ordinarily is only due to the victim. Unfortunately for those in power, it is not possible to subvert the collective wisdom and desire and will of the people in an attempt to choke our democracy using imingalato. Colleagues from the media, this is the brief background which forced me out of my political retirement. As I announced my political comeback, I said that this year's memorial for President Sata had been preceded by ugly sins calculated to kill democracy by killing the PF. In this regard, I made a clarion call to all opposition political party leaders to join hands with us in PF in defense of Zambia's hard-earned democracy. I called for unity of purpose. I'm delighted to report today that I'm exceedingly humbled by the unanimous positive response from my brothers and sisters in the opposition to my call. This is how it should be, and I'm confident that working together, we shall conquer and overcome in defense of the Constitution and democracy. Victory is certain. We shall definitely defeat those who are scheming against our democracy, because power rests with the people. And the people will fight, and the people will win. The people will defend their democracy. Yeah. I said it in October on the 28th, and I'm saying it again today. This is not about one Edgar Lungu. I'm doing this in defense of democracy. And our democracy is multi-party democracy. Yeah. A democracy where the opposition and civil society can freely associate and express themselves. A democracy where anyone among the opposition leaders can become president, and certainly will become president in 2026. Yeah. In this resolve, we are encouraged and motivated by our exemplary forefathers who sacrificed their all as they fought precisely about 1745, long after working hours, we are told. And in defiance of a court process, this government, the UPND government, changed names of the legitimate PF office bearers and replaced them with a legitimate list of their students. What a shame. I'm aware that our party members and supporters across the country and beyond are concerned and worried at this development. I want, therefore, to urge you all, our members, and indeed the nation at large, to remain calm, but steadfast and vigilant as we navigate the troubled waters. Victory is certain. We shall fight this battle using all the available means, legal, political, and civil options. Yeah. I must emphasize that we shall fight this battle using all the available means, legal, political, and civil. Yeah. Beyond that, I don't know. Because if you can't fight using legal means, you can't fight using political means, you can't fight civil options, using civil options because they can't allow it, then God help us. I came back to active politics specifically to save the Patriotic Front from being stolen or killed by the government in power. So on that one, count me in. Together, we shall fight and protect the Patriotic Front from being killed or stolen. I said it before, that as I return to active politics, I'm ready. I must emphasize, I'm ready for anything, including risking my own life at the hands of these desperate people who are now aware that they've completely lost public support and confidence due to their many unfulfilled promises. I'm also aware that the next move is to lift my immunity from prosecution. This too does not worry me because I know that it's another of their ploy to divert the public attention from their failures and the ever-rising cost of living amongst our people. So I'm ready. Even if they manipulate Parliament and get the numbers that they require to remove my immunity, I'm ready. I said it a year after having lost power, that why are they wasting time? If it's me that looking for, they shouldn't bother my children or my wife or any of my associates. They just come for me straight. But 2 years and some months down the line, they have not come through. But I know they're still working on it. But when it comes, don't be shaken, don't be worried, I'm ready. Let it be known that this administration's plan is to kill Zambia's hard-earned multi-party democracy and install a one-party dictatorship. And this is real. So what you are seeing in terms of Mingalato will not end with the PF at all. No one will be spared, and no one out there should be cheated that they will be spared. It has been so with the Harikalaba's Democratic Party. They have since followed him to Citizens First Party. In Savoy Imboela's National Democratic Congress, NDC, state sponsored stooges are frantically trying to wrestle power from her. We know this. No wonder they can proudly declare that they will remain in office for over 50 years because there will be no democracy to check them and stop their excesses. But we are not going to allow that. They have continued with arbitrary arrests and abduction of those in opposition. Leaders are often detained in secret locations for longer periods than the law provides. This is despite the president assuring the nation that no one will be locked beyond a stipulated period. I don't know whether they've released the Thomas. Have they?
No, not yet.
Not yet. This is happening. They keep making assurances and they act to the contrary. So these are people, if they say yes, take it that they mean no. If they say no, take it that they mean yes. If you want to advise them and you want them to go north, tell them to go south and they'll go north. They act almost all the time contrary to what they tell the nation. Sean Tembo, for example, leader of the Patriots for Economic Progress, has been unlawfully detained and abducted several times. Several times. Hari Kalaba was detained for merely eating shima at a market. And today someone will say PF was worse, it was like hell. I don't know. Boma Lusambo was recently arrested because the people who loved him thronged him when he was passing through Kawa and stopped over to buy a meat pie, which is a pie meat. I knew it as a pie meat. It was an offense for him to just simply meet, stop over and greet people who wanted to chat with him. How ridiculous is this rule of law? How ridiculous is the utterance is coming from the leader of UPND when he says, I believe in rule of law. Other opposition leaders, Sharakateka, Kasonde Mwenda, were detained for exercising their freedoms of assembly and expression. Fred Membe cannot be left out of the list. He has been arrested several times on flimsy charges. KBF, Mr. Kelvin Fugebwali, has also been spared, just like Savoy, Imboela, and Chutatayari. The list goes on and on. As for the Patriotic Front, several of our members here and outside have been arrested several times. And only a few days ago, the party vice president, Honorable Given Luvinda, Secretary General Rafa Nakachinda, and the party spokesperson, Ambassador Emmanuel Mwamba, were arrested and detained in custody. As I speak today, unfortunately, all institutions of governance are heavily compromised. And I say so without fear or favor. all institutions of governance are heavily compromised. I don't want to talk about the police because you know they are compromised. I don't want to talk about the registrar of societies because that's a matter which is sub judice, they are compromised. I don't want to talk about the judiciary, the legislature, but you can name them. All of them are compromised. It's a question of degree, but they are compromised. And for the first time, the three arms of government, the legislature, the judiciary, and the executive, are strangely enjoying a meeting of minds, even in the face of mischief and illegality. One illegality coming from the executive will be supported by the judiciary and supported by the legislature. When in fact you expect through checks and balances that these will check each other and say, excuse me, you've gone too far, you've gone overboard. But for the first time, the three arms of government are strangely enjoying a meeting of minds, even on areas of mischief, stealing, political party like PF openly, starting with the Independence Day, a retreat, turning it into a convention. The next thing you hear is the police are there protecting the occasion. And the next thing you hear is the registrar has been compelled to change the list of members of the party. Before long, the courts are telling you this is a matter which has been done, and it's been done within the law, even when you know that the law was breached. So I can confidently say that for the very, very first time, the three arms of government are being mischievous. And now it's up to us to take note that this blatant breach of the Constitution and Parliament concerns all of us. And at the same time, our judiciary is on trial to do justice and to be seen to be doing justice. Institutions that are charged with the responsibility to stop illegalities are the ones perpetrating such vices. And we are saying that we'll use civil options, legal options, political options. But if this continues, God help Zambia. What a shame. A beginner in law will tell you what's happening. A beginner in administration law will tell you what's happening. A beginner in criminal law will tell you what's happening. A beginner in, simply administration, a student of administration at the National Institute of Public Administration will ask you what's happening, because things are not what they're supposed to be in this land, and we're all quiet. But I'm glad that some people are speaking, like I've alluded to earlier. It therefore becomes extremely difficult for one to remain silent. And I have said, I'm back. But when you hear us talk, we are talking about injustice in the manner that I've alluded to. And I want to assure you that I will not remain silent. My colleagues here will not remain silent. When injustice and the assault on democracy are being perpetrated by the very people who are supposed to please fight within the law, then we'll fight it with what is available. What is available? There is a saying, when you are pushed against the wall, you fight back. And I believe as PF, as Zambians, as people who believe in democracy, we are saying that enough is enough of this mischief. Stop it, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, please. We know you're behind it. Viva democracy. Viva. Abash dictatorship. Abash. I thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you for that address. We have Honorable Kangombe, who will give a vote of thanks to your speech, Your Excellency. Now, I'm about to take a microphone for people from social media. Kamfisa MP, Honorable Kangombe, will give a vote of thanks to the President's speech. He's also a member of the Central Committee and is also our National Youth Chairperson. You might have to give way for that camera. Honorable Kangombe.
Thank you.
You've heard what the President has said.
Your Excellency, Kateka, Your Excellency, we are very grateful for the message. Allow me to recognize the presence of the entire party leadership of the Patriotic Front, the original Patriotic Front, the only Patriotic Front. Your Excellency, the words that you have spoken, Your Excellency, are the assuring words that the members of the Patriotic Front were looking for. Imisepela, from all the 116 districts, we are waiting for that voice of assurance, the voice that when we are called to battle, Your Excellency, we will stand with you. The call to battle that we will not allow the Patriotic Front to die. Ichichpani, Your Excellency, some of us, it's the only political party we've belonged to. And we have no intention of going to any other political party. And because of that resolution, Your Excellency, and I am very certain that those that are tuned in to this very, very important press briefing, all they wanted to hear is the voice of assurance. The voice of assurance that you are with us as we fight to retain the status of the Patriotic Front. The word that if justice cannot be provided by the courts of law, we will give ourselves justice. I want to repeat. Justice. If they don't allow justice to prevail, we will give ourselves justice. Because I'm aware that there are those who think that we cannot decide to protect our destiny as a country. Democracy is what we chose in 1991. How can the UPND begin electing leaders for ourselves? We are Patriotic Front. Article 60 of the Republican Constitution is very clear that it is the members of that political party who should decide who should be their leader. Why should the UPND be electing leaders for the Patriotic Front? We will not allow it. And I want to say it again. If the courts of law do not give us justice, we will give ourselves justice. Your Excellency, and I want to appeal to the members of the Patriotic Front. Konsoko muli kuchipata, Kukitwe, Chingola, Chilabombwe, Livingstone, Solwezi, wherever you are as a member of the Patriotic Front, we will fight for our democracy. We will not allow democracy to die simply because the UPND has underperformed. Abantu abafirira okubomba kwamba okufwailikisha nibani abantu balerumbula, because if kitike muchalo, Your Excellency, abantu balerumbula Patriotic Front ekufumini obubwafi. Everyone is saying ababa lipona abafira okuteka echalo katubwekelefe kuli balabene obotwali na bena kumyaka shakunuma. That is why the UPND is panicking. And because the people have said they want the Patriotic Front, we suddenly have abantu balefobonaule ichipanicheso. So, Excellency, we are grateful for your word of assurance. May God bless Zambia. May God bless our democracy. Thank you very much. Thank you.
This is DJ Mutati exclusive.
Alright, that's all for you today, lovely viewers. If you did enjoy the video, please don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about the video you just watched in the comment section below. I'll be super glad to hear from you, lovely viewers. Once again, I go by the name of Mutati Mpundu. I love you, peace, I gotta go.